A very warm greetings to everyone. This is Mehak Vaswani, currently pursuing Integrated Masters of Technology from International Institute of Professional Studies, DABB Indore. This video is part of my curriculum under the guidance of Dr. Shaligram Prajapat sir. In this video, we are going to discuss about the internal 3 test solutions. So let's begin. The first question which we have is, how can multi-factor authentication, that is MFA methods, increase the security of authentication compared to single factor methods? Multi-factor authentication (MFA) is a security mechanism that requires user to provide 2 or more forms of authentication before they can access a system or application. By combining multiple factors, MFA makes it much more difficult for attackers to gain unauthorized access even if they manage to compromise one of the factors. Here are some of the ways in which multi-factor authentication, that is MFA, can increase security compared to single-factor authentication. First, reduced reliance on passwords. Second, protection against phishing attacks. Third, increased difficulty for attackers. Fourth, compliance with regulations. Therefore, overall, multi-factor authentication is a powerful security tool that is significantly increased the security of authentication compared to single-factor methods. By requiring multiple forms of authentication, MFA makes it much more difficult for attackers to gain unauthorized access even if they manage to compromise one of the factors. Let's move on to the next question, which is, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of using biometrics for authentication compared to the other methods such as passwords or cards? The answer to this question is, biometric authentication is a type of authentication that uses physical or behavioral characteristics such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or voice recognition to verify a user's identity. Here are some advantages and disadvantages of using biometric for authentication compared to the other methods such as password or smart cards. First, let's see the advantages, which are: first, stronger authentication; second, convenience; third, increased security; fourth, scalability. The disadvantages are: first, cost; second, privacy concerns; third, accuracy; fourth, lack of standardization. The next question which we have is, how do authentication methods such as public key cryptography protect against attacks such as man-in-the-middle and replay attacks? Let's go through the answer, which says public key cryptography is a method of encryption that uses a pair of keys, a public key and a private key, to secure data transmission. Here's how it protects against man-in-the-middle and replay attacks. First, let's see about the man-in-the-middle. The man-in-the-middle attack, that is MITM. In this, an attacker intercepts communication between two parties, typically by impersonating one of them. Public key cryptography can protect against MITM attacks by using digital signatures to ensure the authenticity of a message. When a message is sent, it is signed with the sender's private key, which can only be decrypted using the corresponding public key. If a message is intercepted and modified by an attacker, the digital signature will no longer match and the receiver will know that the message has been tampered with. Next, we will see about the replay attacks, in which an attacker intercepts a message and replays it later in an attempt to gain unauthorized access. Public key cryptography can protect against replay attacks by using a nonce, which is a random number generated by a sender for each message. The nonce is included in digital signatures and the receiver checks that it has not seen the same nonce before. If the nonce has already been used, the receiver knows that the message is a replay and rejects it. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 4, which says, in what ways can biometric authentication methods be vulnerable to attacks such as spoofing and replay attacks? And what measures can be taken to mitigate these risks? The answer says, spoofing attacks occur when an attacker impersonates an unauthorized user's biometric characteristics, while replay attacks involve the use of previously recorded biometric data, to authenticate and gain unauthorized access. Here are some ways in which biometric authentication can be vulnerable. First one is spoofing attack. Biometric authentication can be vulnerable to spoofing attacks if the biometric sensor is fooled by a fake biometric characteristic, such as silicon replica of a fingerprint or a 3D printed face. To mitigate this risk, organizations should be biometric sensors that are resistant to spoofing, such as those that use liveness detection to ensure that the biometric data being presented is from living person. It is also important to regularly update the software and firmware of biometric sensors to ensure that they have the latest security patches. Second, replay attacks. Biometric authentication can be vulnerable to replay attacks if the biometric data is not securely transmitted or stored. To mitigate this risk, biometric data should be encrypted both during transmission and storage, and organizations should implement measures to detect and prevent unauthorized access to the biometric data. In addition, biometric authentication should be used in conjunction with the other forms of authentication such as password or token-based authentication, that is MFA, multi-factor authentication, to provide an additional layer of security. The third and the last one is data breaches. Biometric data breaches can occur when an attacker gains unauthorized access to the database containing biometric data. To mitigate this risk, biometric data should be stored securely using strong encryption and access controls. Additionally, organizations should implement measures to detect and respond to data breaches quickly, such as monitoring user activity and implementing multi-factor authentication. The next question which we have is, what are some potential drawbacks of relying, relying on hardware-based trusted computing solutions such as TPMs or secure enclaves? Potential drawbacks to relying on these solutions of hardware-based trusted computing includes: first, complexity. Hardware-based trusted computing solutions can be complex to implement and configure and manage. They require specialized knowledge and expertise, and the process of integrating them into an existing system can be time-consuming and costly. Second, drawback includes limited portability. Trusted computing solutions are often tied to a specific hardware platform or operating systems, which can limit their portability across different systems or devices. This can be a significant barrier for organizations that need to support a diverse range of devices and platforms. Third one is risk of vendor lock-in. Some trusted computing solutions may be proprietary, which can lead to a vendor lock-in and reduced flexibility in terms of choice of vendors or hardware platform. This can limit an organization's ability to adopt new technologies or switch vendors in the future. Fourth one is potential for hardware-based attacks. While hardware-based trusted computing solutions provide a high level of security, they are not immune to attacks. Hardware-level vulnerabilities such as side channel attacks or hardware trojans can be exploited by passing security mechanisms and compromise sensitive data. The last one, fifth one, says performance impact. Hardware-based trusted computing solutions can have a performance impact on systems, especially if they are used extensively. This can be a concern for applications that require high-performance computing or real-time processing. The next question which we have, that is question number 6, says, how can trusted computing technologies such as a secure boot and single signing be used to prevent malware and other attacks on the computer system? Let's go through the answer. That is, here are some of the ways in which trusted computing technologies can be used to prevent malware and other attacks. First, Secure Boot. Secure Boot is a feature that ensures that only trusted code is executed during the boot process. Secure Boot uses a combination of hardware and software mechanisms to verify the integrity of a boot code, including firmware, bootloaders, and operating system kernels, etc. The second one is code signing, which is a technique used to ensure that only authorized software is installed and executed on the system. Code signing involves the use of digital certificates to verify the integrity and authenticity of software, including drivers, application, and update. This prevents attackers from installing or executing unauthorized software, including malware, on the system. The third one is Trusted Platform Module (TPM) is a hardware-based security solution that provides a secure storage area for cryptographic keys, measurements, and other sensitive data. TPM, that is Trusted Platform Module, can be used to verify the integrity of the system's boot process, as well as to provide secure storage for cryptographic keys used for secure communication and authentication. Fourth and the last one is remote attestation, which is a technique used to verify the integrity and security of a remote system. It involves the use of trusted third parties such as server or a cloud service to verify system security posture. The next question which we have is, how can such an side channel attacks be used to extract information from systems that are designed to be secure, such as encrypted communications? The answer says, side channel attacks can be used to extract information from systems that are designed to be secure, such as encrypted communication or hardware security modules, by exploiting the information leaked by the system's physical properties. Here are some of the examples of how side channel attacks can be used to extract information. First one is power analysis attacks. Power analysis attacks involving monitoring the power consumption of a system to extract sensitive information such as cryptographic keys. These attacks can be used to extract information from hardware security modules or other devices that use encryption algorithms. Second is timing attacks, that involves measuring of time it takes for a system to perform certain operations to extract sensitive information. For example, a timing attack could be used to determine the value of a secret key by measuring the time it takes to perform a cryptographic operation. The third one is electromagnetic attacks, that is EM attacks. EM attacks involves monitoring the electromagnetic radiations emitted by a system to extract insensitive information. These attacks can be used to extract information from devices that use encryption algorithms such as smart cards or hardware security modules. The fourth and the last one is acoustic attacks. Acoustic attacks involve measuring the sound generated by a system to extract sensitive information. For example, an acoustic attack could be used to determine the value of a secret key by measuring the sound generated by a device during a cryptographic operation. The next question which we have is, how can countermeasures such as power analysis resistant designs or randomizations be used to mitigate side channel attacks, and what are trade-offs between security, cost, and performance? Let's see the answer, which says side channel attacks are attacks that exploit information leaked by a system's physical properties such as power consumption, EM radiations, or timing. Countermeasures such as power analysis resistant designs and randomization can be used to mitigate side channel attacks. However, these countermeasures often have trade-offs between security, cost, and performance. First, let's see power analysis resistant designs. Power analysis attacks involve monitoring the power consumption of a system to extract cryptographic keys or other sensitive information. Power analysis resistant designs can be used to mitigate these attacks by minimizing the amount of power consumed by a cryptographic operation. This can be achieved through techniques such as voltage scaling, power gating, and current limiting. However, power analysis resistant designs can increase the cost and complexity of hardware design and also have a performance impact on the system. The second is randomization, that can be used to mitigate side channel attacks by introducing random variations in system behavior, making it more difficult for attackers to extract useful information from side channels. Randomization can be achieved through techniques such as random delays, randomizing algorithmic behavior, or randomizing the order of operations. The third and the last one is trade-offs. The trade-offs between security, cost, and performance must be carefully balanced when implementing countermeasures for side channel attacks. Stronger countermeasures often come with higher cost and performance impacts, while weaker countermeasures may not provide sufficient protection against advanced attacks. In addition, countermeasures that are effective against one type of side channel attack may not be effective against others. Requiring a multi-layered approach to side channel attack mitigation is suggested. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you, in case of any doubt, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Thank you.